life without a plan feels like death. This is my story of breaking free, guys. Growing up in a strict community where traditions and dogma ruled our lives. Remember, I was born into that community. I was raised there. I was there for almost 30 years. We were taught to avoid the world. We were taught not to mingle with the world, but never taught how to live in it. We were taught to avoid the world, but never taught how to live in it. Never taught how to set goals, make plans, or thrive. I woke up with tears in my eyes today, because if I have not strived to break free, at the age of between 20 and 23 was the time I was beginning to think deeper and look at everything I was being taught, and my heart began to know that there's more to this. I was beginning to question a lot. As a mother who have navigated many seasons of life, I now know that life without a solid plan feels like being stuck. You know, when I was getting into marriage, I started looking into my life up until the age of consciousness. And I think for me it was around 12, 15 was when I started becoming so conscious of life. And I wasn't sure how to even ask my parents many of the questions that come to my mind. But then when I was entering into marriage, before getting into marriage, I now started thinking about my life. Before then, I do not have a thought about life. Many people chose career. Even the career I chose at first, accounting, was a struggle. This is what following church dogma did to me. And I know that there might be one or two other people out there who carried the religion dogma in their heads like I did, following it blindedly, like teaching a child to avoid the world, to not talk to other people, no TV, you don't listen to the news, you don't read any other magazine but the Bible. Make you feel like dead. So at the time I started seeing the world in another perspective, guys. I struggle with knowing my life goals. But thankfully, I'm a person that journal. I write my thoughts down. Even at that time, I didn't know what journaling is, but I was doing some thoughts in my notebook. And as a mother who have navigated many seasons of life, and I know that life without a solid plan makes you feel stuck. No wonder so many people around me were angry and lost. Growing up in that social community, you see a lot of people always looking so angry, like I don't know. Why would you be angry when somebody is following their life plan, when they are fulfilling their own life goals. So in this video is my story. Were you taught the same way? What do you wish you know earlier? What do you think you wish you know when you were younger? I wish I was allowed to mingle, to see other people as good people that we can learn one or two things from. I wish I wasn't confined only to the walls of my church and the doctrine. Even though if I watch TV at the time, TV will not help me live my life, Listening to the radio will not help me live my life. But I will hear some things that might prick my interest. And it's not a bad thing to explore those interests. If it works, fine. If it doesn't work, fine. This life we have all come to. You and I have a mission here. What are your interests? What do you like? You ask me, what are my interests? Back then, I don't know. And this affected us as husband and wife. When I begin to have plans, all that my husband wished for is heaven. And I started asking, how are we going to live each day? What are the plans you have for this marriage? What are the plans you have for our children? That make me ponder. Is this how a lot of us are? Some of us are living daily with no plans, with no goals, with no purpose in sight. And we are envious of people shining for themselves. I did not choose to come out to social media, but the universe is encouraging me to come out, to share my stories with everyone, to let you know that going to church might not be completely a bad idea. But when you leave your goal, your life interest, your life ambition at stake, you abandon the things, the realities of life you should be talking to your kids, your family, yourself about, and you are hoping for heaven. My dear friends, my dear mommies and daddies, people are being picked every day. Their heaven has come when they are picked. When somebody is gone, through any form that it happened, their own heaven have come. Let's come off that notion of our lazy mindset of wishing for heaven to come and being lazy about our lives. Some of us Christians, we are so lazy planning for our lives. It doesn't have to be a big thing, but daily as you wake up, what do you have in mind today? I wasn't raised to know how to mingle. Okay, here is what comes to my mind as I was getting up today. Who is that person you can talk to? As you go on a walk, say hi to people. Take a minute to pause and relate. Go to other areas, other meetings where you can actually mingle with people. It doesn't necessarily have to be church alone. You still have to work. You still have to go to school. And you don't know how to mingle. Maybe the next person beside you is your divine helper. And the pride of not mingle with the world is chasing them away, is blocking your view from seeing those divine helpers. Today, what am I saying? Living life without a goal is like being completely dead. It's like you are not living. I'm encouraging you today. Sit with yourself. What are your interests? And how do you achieve those goals? What is your goal? I want to get this done. I want to have this. Then start building on those little things. How do I achieve this? Not envy your neighbor or your church member who is coming to church regularly but knows how to plan their life, but knows how to set their goals. I blame myself for being blinded. I blame myself. I went to school. All through my school years, I did not mingle. But can I start building my children, the next generation, to know that it's a good thing to set goals? When you set your goals, your mind thinks about your goals daily, and then you can achieve it. Thank you all for watching this video. Comments on this topic. Let's reflect together. Let's heal together. And if you are watching, you have not subscribed, please subscribe and let's YouTube algorithms continue to show my videos to you. Please set your notifications so when I drop new videos on Mondays or Wednesday or Saturday or anytime my video comes up, you can always know that I have dropped a new video. Thank you all for helping me grow on this channel. See you all again later. Have a blessed day.